Aries, how are you? Let's do a reading for your current week, please, shall we? As always, please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. So I sure appreciate each and every one of you, really do. And if you appreciate what I do here, help me out. Hit that like button, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It makes a difference to my channel, and I would love to see my channel continue to grow. All right, let's see what's going on for you for this upcoming week. We're starting out here strong with the Ace of Swords. So I feel as if you are armed, ready, and prepared to take on anybody who may try to challenge you this week. We do have this Nine of Wands here, and it's almost as if you are looking at, this sword, ready to defend yourself if somebody comes towards you. Now, the other thing I'm getting with this is that, if there is some kind of a debate or argument that you need to go up against, I think that, you really stand in the position of having a lot more power in this debate, because, here you are, above these wands. Now, this is the card of the Advocate. So this is you kind of saying what it is that you need to say, knowing that you do have the upper hand. All right, so you've got to speak up this week, and I don't know many Aries that won't, but I feel like this is one of these situations where you have to really defend yourself, and that keeps coming up. So let's see what is really going on here. Now, we do have a King of Swords here in the recent past. You may be dealing with some kind of a legal issue, or there could be somebody that is in charge that you may not like how they are doing things. And then we do have, the Empress also coming in here in the near future. So I do feel like, you are speaking up in regards to some situation that you have a footing on. Now, we also have here, some stress and anxiety over this whole situation. We've got the Nine of Swords. We also have the Ten of Swords coming in. So, this is dark, heavy energy. So this is a situation that I think, you have really tried to, make work with someone. I think maybe you were trying to, make sure that, everything was really being fair. But at the end of the day, you've been beat up, spit out, thrown out, that kind of a thing. And I think, now it's time for you to, bring this to an end. And in order to do that, you are going to have to really speak up and defend yourself. Like I said, that seems to be like the theme of your week. It's not a time for you to sit back. It's not a time for you to hold back. We do have the Hermit card coming in here reversed. I think you've been quiet long enough. I think you've been giving people the benefit of the doubt, or whatever the situation is. And the Hermit, when it shows up like this, it says you need to remember, everything that you've been through. You've been through an awful lot, you have gained a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of experience, and you can't be fooled anymore. And especially if you are in a situation here where, it might affect your children, or it might affect, just how you feel about yourself moving forward. This is you really needing to kind of, be there and know that you have got to fight at this point. Now, I'm just wondering whether or not you know that at any time somebody that you are involved with, that you are dealing with, who may be giving you all of this stress and anxiety, at any time could throw a monkey wrench into your life. And, you need to be prepared for that. And I think you can't be afraid, to be prepared for somebody who might try to attack you on some level. Because I keep feeling like somebody is giving you a lot of trouble. And whoever this person is that's giving you a lot of trouble, this is the energy that you need to protect yourself from. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. This could be a past person that you were involved with. We do have the Lovers card coming in here reversed. And below that, we do have the Two of Swords. Now, again, I feel like you need to prepare yourself for what might be coming down the pipeline, because this is a situation that if you don't deal with it, could really probably give you a lot of stress and anxiety moving forward. So we're going to have to bring something to an end. And I just feel like you need to beat them at their punch. All right, because here with this Two of Swords, if we look at this Two of Swords, the waters behind you are starting to tremble. And, you haven't wanted to do this and make this decision or go in this direction, but I feel like you have no choice. Because when you finally make this decision, you remove this blindfold and you say, you know what, they're not going to change. They're going to continue to try to attack me. They're going to continue to try to, you know, get to me on some level. You know, you need to stand in your truth. You need to stand in your power. Now, I want to point out with this Ace of Swords, I mean, this person's got a real tight grip on this sword, you know. Something reaches a boiling point, you know, to where, you know, no, I am not going to allow them to affect me, affect my life, affect my family, you know, because of their desire or their need to get back at me. So I do feel like a fight is brewing, and I think you need to be really prepared for it. Again, you know, defend yourself. Don't be afraid. You are in the power seat. You are above anything that these people are going to shoot at you. All right. So you need to like just know that you have the upper hand in this situation. But, you know, you don't want to be caught off guard because now it's just going to be a bigger fight. You know, you need to be, you know, really beat them at their punch. That continually seems to be like the phrase, defend yourself, beat them at their punch, you know. Don't let them, you know, get the first hit, you know. You want to make sure that if they do try to come towards you in whatever capacity that is, maybe if it's legally, maybe it's just, you know, them just trying to make your life miserable, that, you know, you are protected and you are prepared. So, I mean, really, a short and sweet, that is the message that I'm getting for you, Aries. You know, and it just seems like the fact that it keeps coming up, the same message, I'm going to end it here and just let this roll. And, you know, if you know what I'm talking about, then prepare yourself, defend yourself, speak up. Don't let them, you know, try to get you when your guard is down. You know, this is one of those things where, you know, you've been through enough with this person that you know how they're going to operate. So you just need to beat them at their punch. All right, Aries. So that's what I've got for you for this week. Please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. I sure appreciate each and every one of you. And if you appreciate me, hit that like button, all right? Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. In the meantime, be happy, be healthy, be kind. Bye now.